students, let us start with the new phylum, Phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Platy means flat. Helminth means worm. This is the phylum of flatworms. Their bodies are dorso-ventrally flattened, so much so that they will appear leaf-like or ribbon-like. They are usually parasitic in nature. For example, you must have heard of tapeworm, liver fluke. And then there are free-living forms as well, like planaria, which is aquatic or is present in moist soil. Our primary focus of learning this phylum will be learning about planaria and learning about taenia, that is the tapeworm. They show quite a bit of differences, so we're going to study about both of them. This is the first phylum that became triploblastic in nature. Triploblastic, that is, they develop a mesoderm along with the ectoderm and the endoderm. Is the mesoderm able to produce the coelom? No, they are triploblastic acoelomate animals. Also called flatworms because body is dorso-ventrally flattened. This is also a phylum in which there is an organ level of organization. They have started forming primitive organs in this phylum, like a primitive gut, then muscles they have started forming, primitive excretory organs they have started forming. So different types of primitive organs have started coming up. So they have an organ level of organization. Circulatory system and respiratory systems are absent in them, and they have to rely on diffusion only through the body surface. So because they have to rely on diffusion through the body surface, that's why the body is flattened, so that there is more surface area for diffusion. Helps in diffusion of gases. Habitat. Most of the forms are endoparasitic. Example, taenia, which is the tapeworm, Fasciola hepatica, which is the liver fluke. Most of these worms are endoparasitic, and then there are some forms that are free living as well. Example, planaria. The planaria is an aquatic form. It is an aquatic freshwater form. Next, symmetry. Up till now, the phyla that you have learned, they were mainly of a radial symmetry, isn't it? This is the phylum which is starting with the bilateral symmetry, having left and right sides. Bilateral. Then, level of organization. Organ level. Let us mention in planaria, an incomplete gut is developed. This incomplete gut that the planaria has only one opening, which acts as mouth/anus, which was also seen for the previous phyla. It will ingest the food through the same mouth, okay? It will digest the food in the gut, and it will ingest also the food through the same mouth, okay? It will act as its anus also. So mouth acts as anus as well. Germ layers. Triploblastic. This is the first triploblastic phylum. They have developed 3 germ layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. What is the fate of this ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm in planaria and taenia? We will see. For planaria, this ectoderm will develop into the outer body wall, and it will be ciliated. A ciliated outer covering will be formed. Ciliated outer body wall. For taenia, which is an endoparasite which lives in our intestine, it lives in human intestine, okay? It also has other hosts other than humans. It has 2 hosts in fact, either pigs or cattle, and from them they come into humans as the second host. They are digenetic worms. When they are living inside us, they will absorb the nutrients from the host, okay? They will absorb the ready-made digested food. Why did I say that only planaria has developed the primitive gut? Only the free-living forms like planaria have developed a primitive gut, but the parasitic forms like taenia will not have any digestive system only in them. They will not have any digestive organs in them, because they will live inside the human host and they will absorb the nutrients which are ready-made digested from the host, okay, directly from their body wall. Their body wall will have those kind of villi-like projections in fact, and they will have gotten completely rid of their digestive tract. No digestive tract, no mouth or anus. In taenia, planaria has ciliated outer body wall. For locomotion, the same ectoderm will give rise to an outer protective covering for taenia with this kind of microvilli kind of projections. This outer body covering that the taenia has, whose origin is the ectoderm, is called as the tegument. Ectoderm forms tegument with microvilli like processes which are called as microtrichs. These are Ames related points. The mesoderm gives rise to very loose tissue in case of both planaria and taenia, which is called as the parenchyma or mesenchyme. In case of the previous phyla, it was a jelly-like substance. It was mesoglia, isn't it? It was acellular, but over here it will form a very much cellular tissue okay, comprising of many rounded cells, parenchyma like cells which are there in plants. So this tissue that is formed by mesoderm is called as parenchyma / mesenchyme, and it is the presence of this mesenchyme that gives planaria a very high regeneration capacity. You know, this example of planaria is cited for regeneration, no? You had learnt in the first chapter, Living World, for regeneration, example of planaria was cited. Apparently a planaria can form the entire organism from a little piece also, okay, if it is accidentally broken. So why is it able to? Because of the presence of these mesenchyme / parenchyma cells formed by the mesoderm. Okay, the mesoderm will also produce muscles and all in their bodies, which will help them in locomotion. For both, mesoderm produces mesenchyme / parenchyma. Mesenchyme / parenchyma is a loose tissue which has a high power of regeneration. How about the endoderm? The endoderm will line the gut wall lining. It will form in planaria, and in case of tinea it is not applicable since digestive system is completely absent in case of tinea. So this is how the 3 layers will be. Okay, most important to note that the mesoderm does not form a coelom inside them. There will be just a loose tissue. They are triploblastic and acoelomate animals. Which brings us to the next point, coelom. Coelom. They are said to be acoelomate. Segmentation. When it comes to segmentation, in case of planaria, segmentation is absent. But how about tinea? In case of tinea, segmentation, it shows pseudo segmentation. Pseudo segmentation is a type of segmentation which is only external. Only the external parts will be repeated. In case of tinea, the external proglottids, the external structures called as proglottids are repeated throughout the body. It is an example of pseudo segmentation or pseudo metabolism. External segments called proglottids are repeated. Circulatory, respiratory systems are said to be absent because they rely on diffusion, no? That's why.
महादेव के नाम पे सब्सक्राइब कर दें।